opportunity to thank the BFA for what they've done for football in general. When I look at this facility, I think it's a fantastic facility, and we're heading in the right direction. You know, when you go back to many, many years ago and you look to see what the BFA had to do to be involved in football, you know, paying rent and stuff like that, now to come here and have our own building, I think that's fantastic progress. So from my heart, I would like to say to all you guys, job well done. Larry, president going out, fantastic job. I hope you're going to stay around somewhere. I'm sure you will, because you told me it's a football family, and families stick together. And if we continue to do that, you know, we can do more, not only for football, but for the country entirely. And that's what life's all about, helping one another. And through football, we can do that sort of thing. Because football, when you look at it around the world, it's a fantastic sport, and it brings people together. And hey, once again, guys, thanks very much, and job well done. Let's continue to make progress. Thanks very much.
We're good.
3.
Leading goal scorer for the Premier Division was Mr. Angelo Simmons. Defensive Player of the Year, Premier Division, Mr. Naeem Griffith. Young Player of the Year for the Premier Division, Mr. Tomiko Goto. The Goalkeeper of the Year for the Premier Division, Mr. Mikhail Crockle from Western Star Sports Club. The Premier Division Coach of the Year, it was between Mr. Jomar Wilkinson of Western Star Sports Club and Mr. Kyle Lightbourne of Robin Hood. And the winner is Mr. Kyle Lightbourne. The Fair Play Premier Division Team of the Year, Western Star Sports Club. Our Referee of the Year award goes to Mr. Anthony Bailey. The leading goal scorer for the First Division is Mr. Clay Darrow. The First Division Defensive Player of the Year award goes to Mr. Lorenzo Butch of Somerset Bridge Recreation Club. Our First Division Young Player of the Year award, it was between Mr. Robert Rollins of Young Men's Social Club, Jakari Furbett of BAA, and Mr. Nathan Rigo of Somerset Bridge, and the winner is Mr. Nathan Rigo. First Division Goalkeeper of the Year award goes to Mr. Charles Marshall III of St. George's. The Young Referee of the Year award goes to Mr. Tashawn Simons. The First Division Coach of the Year came down to 2 nominees, Mr. Mick Ward of Flanagan Onions and Mr. Roger Lee of Somerset Bridge Recreation Club. The winner is Mr. Roger Lee. The First Division Fair Play Award goes to BAA. The most valuable player for the First Division, there was a 2-dog fight between Mr. David Signor of St. George's and Mr. Anwar Telford of Somerset Bridge Recreation Club. The winner is Mr. Anwar Telford. And the final award, which I will be responsible for, is the MVP for the Premier Division. The 2 nominees were Mr. Lejon Simmons of Robin Hood and Mr. Angelo Simmons of Western Star Sports Club. And the winner is Mr. Angelo Simmons.
Tonight we have four merit awards to issue, and the first one we're going to give out is going to be to the PHC's CONCACAF team. That was the first team that went to the CONCACAF, and actually they went the furthest, and what they've actually done in their time is inspired a lot of other clubs to actually enter into that competition. The next person is Miss Louise Jones, and if anybody knows Social Club, they would know Louise. And Louise has probably been there. I mean, the club's been open since 1920, but it seems like she's probably been there since 1920. The next person has been nominated by Devonshire Coates. And Devonshire Coates, if anybody knows Devonshire Coates, and it's probably got on, oh, he does have an orange. I was looking around to see who's got on anything orange. And it's Mr. Stan Bean.
Premier, Mr. Richards, and Mr. Lewis. I'm about total football in a different way in Bermuda. That's why you see my accreditations. I'm trying to do everything. A little bit of everything helps over time. Working specifically on police field, trying to turn that into a better grass turf. And one of my brainchilds right now is to start an association, a charity association, which will be titled Club Grounds Men and Women of Bermuda. We definitely need to get the club groundsmen at the table talking about this particular product we love so much. It's called football. And hopefully we might be able to attract funds to fund some of the equipment to turn some of our turfs into the best playing surfaces like this one. Thank you.
Well done, mate. Well done. Appreciate it.
Our last merit award goes to a person that has been around at the BFA almost as long as I've been alive, and longer than a lot of people that are here have been alive. He's been at the BFA for 30 years, and this year was his time. He said he was steps down to let other people come in. This merit award goes to Mr. Gregory Grimes.
I'll just like to say thank you to the people that put me forward, and also the people that are coming into office on Thursday. You have a huge responsibility to keep football on track. And of course, I'm always here to assist where I can.
Awesome.